Hi, this is Shamrani from Life Design Topics. I'm so happy to sit down and do this video with you. Now, this video is not like a complete holy grail on what the said topic is. This is about being a co-parent. It's just one of those videos you probably want to add to your arsenal, okay? Co-parenting is not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing. The lack of being able to co-parent, there is an absence of respect, there's an absence of love, there's an absence of selfishness, lack of selflessness, that's the word I'm looking for. There's a lack of selflessness because the most important situation is what keeps children together, right? There's this misconception in our consumer-driven society that children only need stuff, that they only need toys, that they only need new sneakers, that they only need this, they only need that. And it's they need more than that. And sometimes you have to see, if you're a person that is motivated by numbers and motivated by value, that you need to understand that there's a monetary value in co-parenting. Okay? I promise you guys, it's worked for me. Now, I had to think about it. Now, I had some conversations before with friends, and they were like, listen, just figure it out on your own. Bring your kids with, have them with you all the time. And it's that's not healthy. I do not have a brood of children that are a mixed brood of children. I am a boy mom. I only have sons. Okay? So because I only have sons, A, I appreciate people's daughters, right? And then B, I know that I'm a woman first. Yes, there's a lot that is valuable that's within me for me to teach my sons, but I cannot teach them everything. Okay? There is just some unspoken about Come, let me see. Okay, baby. So to avoid this from happening again, you got to be careful to not have too much water on the brush. Okay, when you put the water on the brush, take your 2 fingers, squeeze the tip of it over the cup of water, and make sure that the brush is just slightly wet and not dripping wet. Okay? Mommy's doing a call. Please hurry up and go back in your room. Close your door. Thank you. Please hurry. Okay. Sorry, can't pose. Anyways, we don't do edits. We don't do that. No. Please hurry up and go in your room. Thank you. Because I just need this time to do what I'm doing. Thank you. All right. So, one thing, last thing I mentioned was about having selflessness, right? You have to get the needy self out of the way for you to be able to properly communicate, because communication is key. There is something, I mention it all the time. It's something I had heard from Tony Robbins years ago, and he said, people communicate in 2 ways. They're either communicating in love or they're crying for help. Now, everybody's not having a great day all the time, okay? And with that understood, it can be hard. It can be hard for us, whoever we are right now. If you're a man, you're a woman, and you're in your thought, wait a minute, this is what I'm understanding when it comes to my kids. I don't like this right now. I feel disrespected. I don't like this. I don't like that. And then when you call that person, you get on the phone. Please close the door. You get on the phone. I feel like I need to have props, guys. Get me some props, right? When Auntie figures out all the little moving people, Anyway. So, by the time you call them, you don't care about their day. You're just hey, yeah, what's up? Such and such and such and such. You got to be careful with that, right? So whatever your pressing issue is, and if you feel you have to get it off your chest before you forget it, then have a notebook. You're supposed to be journaling anyway. What's journaling, you say? I don't know. go and find it on YouTube and see what other people are saying about it. It's basically keeping notes to yourself, honoring your creativity, okay, honoring the work that your mind does for you, not disrespecting it and leaving your mind to kind of just like be totally impressed by whatever society is feeding you in media and television and news and all that shit. Like, you gotta really be organized. Like, organization is key, guys. It's the same thing with communication. Communication is basically verbal organization. How about that moment, right? Like, you gotta be organized. So get yourself a little notebook. It should be in your pocketbook or something you keep at your desk. Or if you're a woman, you like to be in your kitchen all the time, it should probably be in a drawer. You know, write it down. Now, let me say, when you write it down, you're not necessarily saying it's just left a thought and you're going to forget about it. You may actually still remember it, but at least you know you wrote it down, and when it needs to be addressed, you can address it. You got to be organized with it. So I say that to say that you want to get to a place that when you are communicating with your other parent, that you could actually care about how they feel. I'm not saying internalize it. Don't go taking on anybody else's job, right? The only job you have to each other is to be able to properly co-parent. And to be able to co-parent in honesty and respect, right? Some of the guys, if you listen to this, you might need to communicate in love, right? Some of your strife with an unhealthy co-parenting situation is you scammed somebody out of love or respect or an opportunity of closure or something. Somebody got scammed somewhere, and you feel, it might be the little narcissist in you, guy, that you feel you don't owe anybody that, and that's a big mistake. You need to get back to the place of you being a little boy and thinking about what would serve me as a little boy. My sons are little boys right now. My daughters are little girls right now. Where can I get to that place of humbling myself that I could properly be able to communicate with my other parent? Ladies, you have to, if you haven't figured it out, focus on, before you even go in addressing stuff, focus on understanding how men think. Just take that time. Because if you take the time and understand the way they think, you would realize that you have to put yourself first. Put yourself first, put the needs of your children first, and make sure that they may be operating from a place of a young boy not being properly parented. When we meet and when we court each other, we are not cognizant of how was your childhood? Did you feel understood? Were you people are not having these conversations before they start having sex. They're not. So now the deed is done. We have done these things. We have progressed into whatever codependent, interpersonal relationship, whatever, hookup, homegirl, homeboy, whatever. We've already migrated into that, and we've procreated, and our children are here, right? And if you're somebody that don't even understand the esoteric thinking of children choose us in another realm before they come here, a lot of this is going to be over your head. You're going to think that all of this stuff is totally unimportant. And my goal, even when I make these videos, is to drop these keywords in, so at some point you can go back and be like, you know what, let me go back and look at this. Because there has to be a place of personal self-development that's important for you to understand the importance of being able to attend to your children and to be able to co-parent in a healthy way. Healthy. Healthy is every conversation. Most conversations, some conversations shouldn't automatically end with a disagreement. No. Okay, because think about it. The other parent, you're not there to be there providing like an emotional support for them. They're facing whatever they're facing. They may have woken up on the wrong side of the bed. They're probably dehydrated and haven't drank enough water all week. right? Like it really can be the smallest, most minuscule, absent-minded human behaviors that trigger a bad interaction with the other parent. We cannot control how they behave. We can control how we behave, right? Some of us might have to learn how to stoop to conquer. You might stoop to conquer. You might have to like get to that place of like humility and being humble. As long as you're not being bullied, right? Fuck that. We're not with that. We're not with that at all, right? But like, is this best for them? Is this best for the child? Your child needs something and you don't have it, but it's important for him to have it. Be like, hey, how are you? How you doing? Like in this moment, how are you doing? Yeah, okay. I'm okay. I just called you to talk to you about Junior. I know things aren't always how we expect it to be for ourselves, but I'm in need of this for Junior. He needs this because the other ones don't fit and he doesn't have anything. Is it possible you can bring it by later today? Because he doesn't have it and this is the problem that we're having. Okay, you could do that. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. That's another way of saying I love you without there being anything confusing. I appreciate you giving the attention that our child needs in this moment. I appreciate you being able to listen to me and allow us to finish this conversation. I appreciate you, right? The word love doesn't have to mean something sexual, guys. Maybe you need to look up a video about the different languages of love, because it's different kinds of love, right? With co-parents and sister wives and ex-husbands and ex-wives and present husbands and your love thing that you're in a marriage with. You have to get to a place of love that is almost sibling-like. Because if you don't get to the place of love that is sibling-like, you're not going to have empathy for them in the time that they need empathy. And you can create a hostile situation unintentionally. I hope this makes sense to somebody. I hope this is a word for somebody, right? Like my journey is still a journey. Every day I strive to get to that place. But one thing that always works for me is me honoring myself. I have to get to that. Whether the other parent likes it or not, I still have to honor myself, right? But me honoring myself is also being respectful of the other parent's role. Super important. All right, guys, have a blessed one. I hope this video was helpful. If you do need one-on-one coaching and you want to talk about how to work through these kind of things, reach out to me. I should hopefully have a link here underneath this video or in my Facebook group where you can, click a link, pay, and then we can set up a time to work out your situation. This is Shamrani from Life Design Topics. Have a blessed one.